last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to the CSL Grand Finals. It's the semifinals here between CU New York, Baruch, and UCLA. They're going at it. It's gone the distance, as we did see UCLA take control of their own map pick. The same was true for Baruch, and both maps were incredibly close. But at the end of the day, it's taken us the distance here to the third and final map on Cobblestone to see who's going to be moving forward to the Grand Finals tomorrow to face off against RMU.
And this could be one of the last times Cobblestone gets commentated for a little while. You know, obviously it's coming out the map pool for Dust 2 in a lot of different tournament circuits, and I'm sure it'll be that way maybe next season for CSL, you'd have to imagine. So yeah, this could be, unless we get a Cobblestone game tomorrow, this could be one of the last times you see it commentated for a little while.
Absolutely, guys. So buckle up, because it's going to be quite the ride. Both teams have shown us some incredible individual and team-based skills so far throughout the first two maps. And now they're both fighting for survival here, with both of them dropping one map. The loss here means elimination, as sadly there is no lower bracket at this point in time. You lose, you're knocked out. You win, you're through, and you're guaranteed at least second place. And you have the chance to go for the 10 grand in first place as well.
And so far, the story has really been this. I mean, for Cobblestone, both these teams have been very successful on this map and an online play as well as in the online playoffs. Both sporting great records on it, some of the most played maps for these teams. So that just kind of looked out there. And really, right now, it's a battle of a team in Baruch that's full of, you know, very experienced players that have played in really high semi-pro leagues. You know, even for Toy, he's played pro in CSGO. 4Shot played pro in Source. Mountain Dew League level experience for some of those players. And you have, you know, the UCLA team, which has a couple of players who've played main. I think that's Gimp and Ani-chan have both played like a main level in ESEA.
Yeah.
And that's about the highest anyone's played on that team. So, but the stark difference between these two teams is that, you know, this UCL team actually practices together a lot. They have good chemistry. They play off of each other well, typically make good decisions. We've seen, you know, the Baruch team not necessarily do that, right? We've seen some sloppiness out of them at times, some carelessness, so to speak. They don't scrim together a lot. So it's basically like, I don't want to say like brains versus brawn, because it's not that bad of a difference, but there's definitely, you know, the strengths of Baruch are the talent and experience, whereas for Bruins it's the chemistry.
Absolutely, guys. So the knife round being concluded. We are just waiting for the ready up to come in now, and here it is. Here's the live on 3, so let's go. Let's get into it. Let's see who our other finalist is going to be. Do the locals take it? Is UCLA going to have a chance at the championship title, or do last year's champions, Baruch, push their way through into the grand finals to fight once again for another title?
Indeed, that is what's in the cards for this game. It will be the Bruins starting out on the terrorist side. For Baruch on the defense, we see Food soloing out long A for early information, spots a couple of players and backs off. But still, Baruch are holding, you know, firmly over towards connector and drop down room.
Still a bit of a slow walkout from them, though. Remember, they've got the bomb positioned over here at A long still, so no sign of a commitment just yet. Once again, both of these teams have had a very strange pattern of incredibly slow pistol rounds for some reason. I think that's been in general today that we've seen quite a bit of that too, even from the RMU match versus Virginia. We had pretty similar play styles. Not a lot of very fast-paced pistol rounds or rushes right off the bat here. Both teams wanting to, or I should say all four of our teams today.
Looks like they're trying to go for some type of drop A split here on the Bruins side. No utility, though, so it's just like armor Glock, try to run through connector. Problem is like Baruch has the perfect positioning to stop that. One window and 2 end drop down room. This is going to be so tough to break.
Starts off, it's a 1-for-1 though. Versace's going to surprise by jumping in, but Crazy Pancake quickly puts that back down to the ground. Toy is going to get, oh my goodness, we're just switching to people, watch them get decked one by one. And sadly for Baruch, it's the CTs for the most part that are the ones getting thrown to the ground. It's just Food left now in the 1v3, but remember, it is Food who has, in my opinion, been probably one of the more prominent players here in this game so far from Baruch. Sadly, it's just not going to be given enough of an angle to work off of here in this round. So the Bruins will take it, and UCLA starts off with the 1-0 advantage.
Yeah, they had so much success in connector. They actually just brought the bomb through A into connector to B, because they knew that there was still one player on the A bomb site, so they just avoided all that. So really well handled, despite the fact there was a very stout defense set up for that very play. They brute forced their way through anyhow. You see the upgraded pistol buy here from Baruch. To be expected. The Bruins look to be going for a 1-4 split on the A-bomb site. Food does peek in middle just a little bit, gets some information. Almost does something there with the Deagle through the door.
Gim trying not to fall into the trap of pushing back out there on his own either. So he's going to end up pulling away from his position on catwalk. The rest of the Bruins pretty much going to be fully going in through Longwood Hall. He's got a great spot to stop this, or at least do some damage. A great headshot and a second tag against another member of the UCLA squad. It's also, of course, going to sound the alarm with just the numbers that are quickly moving in. However, the rotate from Baruch is still far too slow. They're completely isolated out of the site and even locked in a 3v3. UCLA will have plenty of time to get this bomb onto the ground before they have to worry about the retake coming back in.
Yeah, a couple of CZs, a Deagle. There's no kit on this retake, though, so that means they have to work a little bit more quickly. They're not given as much time to figure it out. But Versace's already pretty deep into the site. Good catch there from Dor as well. Oh my goodness, this might go their way. Gip is indeed taken out. What a retake from Baruch.
So that's going to tie us up a 1-1 now. Both teams going at it at the beginning, and Baruch once again upsetting on the second round force buy to send this game into chaos, just like the second half of our previous map. We are going to start things off with a bit of a force war, assuming Bruins want to play into it. There's no reason why they should, since Crazy Pancake's got 4K, and the rest of the team is at the upper 2Ks.
Yeah, it's like one of those rounds where you go for like the hero AK play, or in fact, he drops a UMP. No, he bought head armor and UMP. Okay, so does Gimp. So this is even a heavier force buy because they got the bomb plant.
This is a good flash. Just came out from Toy. They're going to try and stop this push. Oh, and it's even better that Toy distracts as well. I didn't realize he had food with him inside of the suicide steps over there. So quickly, Baruch is going to be able to shut down that situation and secure the lead at 2-1. Bit of a shorter force war this time. Bruins should save now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. I mean, that was not a bad idea because they had the 2 bomb plants. And they will get some upgraded pistols because there is still a decent amount of money on a couple of players. So, giving themselves at least some hope of causing damage, but in reality, this should be another round for Baruch. I'm surprised that Scott went for armor with the Deagle. Usually it's just unarmored Deagle. It's a lot more of an investment. That's utility you could have next round that you won't have now, maybe.
Regardless, the team's going to try to force their way back out, and it actually doesn't go too badly. 2-for-2 trade is probably still not going to give them a great situation to try to win the round here. Yeah, unless 4-Shot gets knocked out somehow. But even so, with this their most recent kill, they'll be able to follow it up with one more against Gosu, and Baruch pick up yet another round. Now at 3-1, the lead firmly established, but Bruins should be coming back in on this round with another bye.
Indeed.
And this time it'll be AKs. It won't just be forced up CZs and ups.
Yeah, no AWP available, but they will be able to have armor and a little bit of utility. It's still limited utility, though, actually. Like, you pretty much have enough to just go for an execute. You don't really have enough to go for a map control, and then still have some left over to go for the actual tactic you have in mind for the site take. And they will just go ahead and gather up over towards B with all 5 players. And that smoke is up for now, but as it fades, it looks like they'll look to just do a standard B attack, maybe some type of smoke wall on the site. So I see if they can't break their way in. Problem is, 4-Shot probably gets a free kill on the first player out. They don't really have anything to stop him unless they hit like a really nice flashbang on him and force him to like retreat to the chicken coop as they come out.
Yeah. They've only got 2 flashes, too. Start this off. The shotgun again falls. That's 2 rounds in a row. I don't know how that's possible for an X and then not get a kill there 2 rounds straight, but somehow it's the case. And this trade ends up going pretty crazy. There's only 1 member of Baruch alive. He's got a big flank coming in. He's going to look for the shutdown. Gets it too. Food quickly maintains the 2v1 advantage, winning it out and guaranteeing yet another round for Baruch.
And it's just a smart read to go for the other player, right? It's so tantalizing sometimes just to go for the guy planning. You know it's the free kill, and maybe you're having the hopes of stopping the bomb plant altogether, but Food realizes there's no chance for him to time out stopping the plant, but he knows that there's 1 player out of the fight. He can focus on the 1v1 he needs to win, and then catch the guys he's still coming off the bomb when he's really vulnerable. So that was good decision-making there. Really fast flank, too. It was so well-timed to be there right as they're planning. Like, they might suspect the flank a little bit later on after a few seconds have passed, but not right in that instant. So really, really good stuff from Baruch. They're up 4-1 now, so really off to a great start on the CT side.
As far as the Bruins are concerned, well, they were once again set up for the execute, but how much of a success is it actually going to be? Because this is now 2 or 3 times they've tried to go straight forward into this site. They've been relatively just run over by the CT defense setup here. Versace, also with an aggressive position that they were not expecting, but it leads to another 1-for-1 trade, and we've seen this plenty of times too. Bruins, oh man, that's an aggressive molly as well that goes up against him. Oh, and in both positions as well. It's going to completely deny any access to the B site here for a good 10 seconds or so. And it really just serves to scare UCLA off. They were immediately scurrying back through the halls to line up for an A hit now.
Yeah, they are going to go ahead and shuffle over. There's one player still on the A bomb site. That is Food with the M4. Does have a couple flashes and incendiary as well to maybe buy some time. But Toy's already rotating over through connector. Already knows that it's possible that this could be happening. We'll get there in time for the attack as well, and Food will hold the cannon's angle.
Continuing to lean into it there. Gets his good first pick up. Toy, though, ripping him apart. Another impressive play from him. And we do indeed see the 3 kill to secure the round come out from Toy. And the rest of Baruch be able to push well into the lead now at 5-1. And the Bruins, I thought they were going to be more of a half buy on this round, but they do still put together at least 5 or 4 AKs and a single CZ on Gosu, so they can still have utility.
Yeah, it's just the big thing about being at max loss when it's on the T side where guns are cheaper. They're still able to get something going around like this. Obviously, that means you don't have utility though, so that means you have to rely on raw aim, and you can't really run any type of more complex execute. And that favors Baruch even more because they're typically the more individually skilled players, so you're playing into their hands at that point. Will they sniff out Udikmeister? That's going to be the big question about this round. Sometimes the spot doesn't get checked.
Oh, that's a great flash. Udikmeister moving in, picks up the double kill for Baruch. 4-shot connecting with the op, but not enough for a full kill. Thankfully, Toy, and soon the rest of the team's going to be here, and they'll quickly shut down the rest of the hit. Another platform take attempt from the Bruins, sadly, ends in disaster. And that's going to mean yet another round going up onto the board for Baruch.
And now they're finally in a, oh no, they're actually going to force up again. So UMP, a full utility set here from On the Chan. Another UMP nade set from Crazy Pancake, and they have a couple of AKs and 1 CZ. So they are going for Bro, scraping the bottom of the barrel to get something purchased here.
Ooh, that's an NA nade right there.
That is definitely what would be stereotypically called an NA nade, yes.
Oh, you had the run up for it and everything.
I don't even know how you messed that one up. Like, that's pretty insane.
I think you right-clicked it and forgot to jump.
I don't know, man. Got me on that one. That's a big XD right there. As we do see mid-room looking like the target here for UCLA to kick this round off. Our 2 players playing actively at long A, though, so we could see definitely a very early skirmish here. But Toy does begin to fade back.
Still a very slow lead up here. Basically 0 action happening so far in the round here. With the Bruins finally posturing up to throw a little bit of aggression towards B. I do like this though, at least trying to make it look like they're trying the same thing that they've done for the last like 3 to 4 gun rounds. Oh yeah, this is gonna kill it.
This maneuvering.
No, he didn't see them though. So he's not gonna know about this.
Oh yeah, that's the timing, man.
He's not gonna know about this until they start executing.
Timing strike. He's actually flanking B. Oh no.
See what I said? This is going to work perfectly because they've fallen into this pattern now. This is finally going to catch them off guard, even though they just took out Scott. Look, now they got a free walk into A.
They're so confused. They're going to be so confused in this finals plan. They're going to be like, what?
It's a great strat from UCLA. The problem is that preceding it, you have to lose like 4 rounds doing the same thing as they just did on B. So this is only going to work once, though. This is the sad part about this. But
oh, the boost, too. What a checkmate move this could be. And let's get Versace down.
Team from Baruch still looking to rotate back in and retake the site. And like I said before, Food has the angle to make it work. Gosu left alone. He's already picked up 2 kills, but sadly his road ends when he meets Food. Food will knock him out. It's still to the round for Baruch. They get the plant down once again. And it was a good attempt at a strat, just couldn't hold in the post plant, sadly. Not enough trades, and we're already down men.
Yeah, it's also, yeah, exactly. That's the biggest factor, I think, is, you lost too many on your way to that. But to be fair, you had to lose those players to even get the rotation you wanted for that to work. So it's kind of like a catch-22 almost. Because it's now 7-1. Double op set up now for Baruch. 4 shots still probably over towards B. Food will take his over towards A solo. Looking for a pick mid. Nothing spotted. It's a fast B attack. It's being stuffed by some good counter utility here from Baruch. Slows down the Bruins.
Unicmeister is still pretty much ready to take the fight if UCLA go back to their old pattern here, just trying to go for a straight B execute.
And now Toy's playing a new position. No one's played tree yet this half, so that could catch them off guard.
I think they're just constantly playing 4B now, because there's no reason to not have this many players here, considering, like I said, how much of a pattern UCLA fell into with their B executes.
Also, you can get away with soloing A when you have an op, like watching long angles.
Yeah. It's a bit passive, so that's a bit dangerous, but thankfully, again, it's not going to matter much for this round because of the fact that UCLA is back to the default B hit. But
what nade is Ghost throwing where he has to be boosted to do it?
I don't think it's... No, this is just the usual boost spot, I think. So that they can hide 2 players here.
Oh, okay. I thought he was lining up a nade of something.
No, I think it's just that they can hide both of them there, because the flash came in, I think he panicked. Either way, sadly, again, this is just not surprising at this point, although that is there. They actually get the trades going. They need to get to the site, though, and this has become the big issue, is that they can't really do it. Scott Sterling is left alone. His kill is nice, but he's down to 16 HP. Puts another kill together, though, but it's him versus Food. The opt to try and finalize it. He misses, though, and a dink comes out from Scott to be able to bring Food down to 10 HP. One more bullet, and he can take him down. Was not ready for the fight when he finally pushed him, however, but only 15 seconds left. He's going to try to inch back out, look for an angle to take his head off, but no, can't do it. We'll use the molly instead. This is coming out of nowhere, and Scott Sterling with a massive clutch keeps UCLA in the game as they pick up a second round.
It's another big clutch from Scott Sterling. He had a big one on overpass. Unfortunately, it didn't lead to anything for his team. They still wound up ultimately losing, but maybe that could be the spark that UCLA needs to start finding their way back into this game. They have been getting dominated through most of this. Maybe that's the individual effort it takes to finally get some life in them. Of course, a reset would be devastating, though. If they don't make this work out. They don't find a way to get that momentum off the back of that.
Yeah, they're in true like Monka-esque territory here right now, where they win the round with 1 player standing, and they're pretty much immediately looking at a full save if they die again here. Oh, they've got a flank Food, though. This is a great start, just running him over. That could be the free pickup onto his gun as well. It's an op going into the T-side's control. Another player's found out as well. They catch Toy this time.
Oh, there's a problem.
They got to get the bomb, though.
Yeah, there's kind of this big problem.
That's a bit far behind. Thankfully, it looks like they already have Scott making the run for it, but it's still going to cause a massive delay. Thankfully, they're still winning all these 1v1s, so it's not going to matter much. And in fact,
that's the big
Baruch already think that this round's over, so they're going for a save anyway. So that bomb position, thankfully, for UCLA,
they'll never even know that this was a thing.
Much. Yeah, he's going to be good.
Yeah. Fortunate for them that nothing got too dicey on the A side of the map, and so the bomb being left behind doesn't wind up factoring in. They will go ahead and move in, plant the bomb, and this is a flawless victory unless they go, hunting for kills and lose players that way. But that is now another round on the board. That will be 2 in a row after a 7-round losing streak. Remember, they won pistol and then immediately reset and have been bleeding out since, but now finally putting a stop to it.
Finally able to pick up some consistency. It's already a good half for Baruch, finding 7 rounds CT side.
True.
As long as they can pick up, 1 or 2 more before the end of the half, they're still in a good position here to be able to control a pretty decent scoreline. And then on T side, I'm imagining that they're going to have a pretty good offering, considering, like I said, their experience just as individual players. But this is the problem with them not practicing a whole lot is, things like smoke sense are going to become a little bit more difficult for Baruch. And speaking of which, they're doing, Baruch's doing a fantastic job of saving those guns, keeping them alive. Sadly, everyone except for 4Shot cannot afford to rebuy. So that's going to become the issue. So they want to try to go in on this. They're still, because they still have UCLA in a position where they could have potentially broken them. But it's like, again, it's kind of on the line. So it looks like they decide not to go for it, considering as well that they're pretty much in the same exact position that UCLA is in right now. They'll just rely on the 2 saved guns and hope that that'll be enough to deal decent damage to keep them kind of at a low spot on their economy, so that when they do reinvest in the gun round, they can still pretty quickly try and break them down.
And 4Shot looking for something aggressive with that AWP. Wants to get it out and early, right? Like kind of establish yourself. That's a great headshot onto Gimp, but he goes for more, and Ani Chan will silence him.
That's a nice little bait there. Had to use his teammate in order to pick up the kill, but it gets the job done.
Can he get the op back? That's going to be the big question. Puts a smoke down to try to see if he can grab it. He does get it. At least he can keep that op in play for longer.
Food actually has a pretty interesting position right now, too, if he goes unnoticed.
But so does Crazy Pancake. He has already slipped into stables into the A site.
They have to check that corner, though.
Sometimes they'll check the other corner, and then it's like a 50-50. Do you check the right one? That's why a lot of teams will just use a Molotov to clear this spot out. That way you only have to check one.
Want to make a side bet? Are they going to check it? I say they will. I say they check it.
Yeah, I think you have to in a round like this.
They're checking it.
Ooh.
Yeah, they go. Man, they even did like the cross spray thing as well there, so they definitely went for the check on that. Crazy Pancake picking up one more, but ooh, Unikmeister with some spicy shots. Sadly, it's going to be short-lived, only 2 kills. However, Toy running out again, brings it down to a 1v1. He's just got to fight your outward.
No way he expects this. Oh, he does?
No, he saw him, I think. I think he saw him. So he's going to spot him running back out, and there you go. There's the clutch from Toy once again. It's another round for Baruch.
What in the world? That was a weird round. It's an ace. What? Caught me off guard. It's a slow build ace. That is 17 kills for him in this half.
That's pretty insane right there.
That's a big stat. He's on pace to get 30 at that point.
It's right under 1.5 KPR rate. That was what he's at, too, statistics-wise.
Check you out with the math.
Pretty sure I did that right.
I'm going to be silent because it makes you doubt yourself, and now you have to think about it.
Yeah, it's that
insecurity
because 18 would have been 1.5 right now. So technically, it's more than 1.5 because only 11 rounds played. But so yeah, it's right around 1.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Quick maths, by the way. Anyway, back into the action once again. UCLA looking to get back on their feet, still having the money for the rebuy, but that kind of an upset.
Yeah, but if they lose this, it's a
you can already see it, right? Because look at their utility. We don't even have to bring the money up. We can just tell from the utility that they do not have a lot. Both teams actually in still pretty dire straits here.
Looking to try to take some drop under control. Pop flash. Versace peeks it though. Only good for 1. Quickly traded by Scott Sterling, but at least they know what's going on.
Trying to get a close-up fight. Continuing to work it with his pistol, but can't find anything with it. It only serves to even it up now into a 2v2. And with Bruins now having full control over the bomb site, boost food over there. Look for him to go for a flank.
Remember last time he won a 1v2 off this flank, and it was this same exact kind of timing, being there really fast.
Setting up too, look at this. Oh, come on, go for it. This is the moment right here. This is the time. I think he might be waiting for them to plant still, but either way, Gimp, who just barely wins out the fight, and now it's looking at food for the clutch once again here.
They could just go A now.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. He realized it, though, so he's going to try to chase them down. He's got the lineup on one of them. It's not the bomb though. So Oni-chan's going to be able to make it, but he still needs time to find the plant. Food's only about 3-4 seconds behind him in walking pace, but he slows down. He's expecting him to be posted on that door, and that's going to give Oni-chan the room he needs to not only plant, but get into a good position to then attempt to win the 1v1.
Food still could do it, though. It's a 1v1. They're both around the same HP. And Oni-chan's have to play with the AWP, so if he misses, you get a nice little jiggle peek. You make a miss a shot, you close the distance, and maybe make this happen. He's got to work quick, though. No kit. Good choice of utility there to try to flush this player out of position. Gets the jump up. Nicely done from Food. Another clutch. That's 2 for him.
Does he get to the bomb in time, though? Yeah, he got it, I think.
It's hard because I can't actually hear the game that well, so I can't tell.
We don't have the sound cues. This is going to be close, actually. Oh, we just got it. Okay, cool. It was actually way safer than I thought it was.
Yeah.
So either way, Baruch pick it up with a 9-3 lead. They're going to push forward, and like we were saying, that was the break round for both teams. So UCLA now really has no choice. They're on a half buyer and eco here. And overall, it does end up being much more leaning towards the half-buy territory. On the opener, it's looking like they're moving pretty quick to try and get in through the mid-connector here. So they got to be a little bit careful. I think it's just them posing up, however, because they've also got players still trying to move in for control towards the B-halls. It's a bit of a slow opener once again from UCLA.
This is the kind of round you expect them to kind of pick up the pace and just go for something with these CZs and try to push in. I feel like they've been too hesitant at times. I feel like they need something faster pace. Because you're giving a lot of time for Baruch to like take aggressive peeks at like long A, middle. Even they've been prone to peek, long B and get intel. They haven't been shied away from like initiating things early. So you're giving away a lot of information basically, which usually doesn't happen in this match.
run. Two Foods in a similar position if he doesn't watch himself. And yeah, there we go. They just give UCLA so much free movement room up onto the actual site. And the two players that were there defending it don't even realize what hit them when it comes to shove. Although that's coming out there from Versace, having to spam it a little bit there too to get the second kill. It manages to line up a headshot as a result of it. Down to 2 from the CT side, but they pick up another kill. Oni-chan looking for the clutch. His first one's easy. This one's going to take a bit more effort. He's out of ammo now, too, and he's got 2 bullets left on the reload. Needs to hit it, fade it away as well, but finds a rifle to jump onto. The pop flash to the sky to try and blind out 4-shot, and it's going to work somehow. Oni-chan gets the beautiful clutch off in the 1v2, and the Bruins put together a 4th round.
They steal one away, and look at what happens here to Baruch. Despite the fact they had won a couple of rounds in a row, they were close rounds where it came down to 1v1s. And so they do have to take a lesser buy here. Food still has the M4, of course, but it's just upgraded pistols and armor for the other players. Full buy for UCLA, no problem. Again, they'll keep it patient.
Still very similar in theme, however, to what we've been seeing from them in the previous rounds. Basically just the T default on opener here. Try to posture up as much pressure as possible, and now moving in for drop control. Versace trying his best to stop this, gets one up close to the CZ. 4 bullets left, though. It's not going to too much damage. He's actually going to move out, try to chase down anyone that's hiding out between the site connector. Doesn't find anyone here, though. Just sees it wide open, and that's going to be a key for the rest of his teammates to swing over towards A long and try for an A hit instead. Only Toy currently here defending this, and he's just got a deagle. Well, bit of a rough spray there is going to lead to him getting traded out pretty quickly. Gosu will molly out Toy, however, completely burning him to death. Now in the 3v2, well, the CTs rotate in, but there's just too much utility over on that T side. They're going to get restricted, and more than likely this is going to get called a save, I believe. Well,
yeah, especially with last round coming up, 2 AKs and armor would be great. Yeah, I guess they're thinking about it. Maybe they get some quick kills, but again, without the kits, they have to find them fast, or they will be forced to save.
There's the push coming up from 4-shot. Seems like he spotted something from the stables. Either way, Crazy Pancake still is positioned against these guys at the bottom of the ramp. Gosu can peek out now too safely to try to finish them off, although he's going to get traded immediately after the fact. 4-shot, though, now locked in the 1v2. Pretty much has a good idea about where both these guys are positioned. He just can't successfully get himself into a spot to kill either one of them. So he's going to instead jump through the door, look for a path out of here, and try to save the AK.
Yeah, money's going to be tight next round as well. Only 2-round loss bonus coming in. You can see it's just still nothing, really. Saving the 1 AK at least gives them 1 gun to work with, and then the rest of it's really just going to be upgraded pistols and armor. To make sure they can get some utility out. So right here at the very end, UCLA, after being down 7-1, has a great chance at 9-6 right now. A couple of UMPs do come out to support that AK for Baruch, but
we are seeing Oni-chan still try to be cheeky a little bit here with the op and check for something over at the edge of the platform, but the smoke's still on the way, and with it remaining that way more than likely for another 20 seconds or so here, because I think they just reapplied the smoke. It's going to be quite some time before he's able to spot anything, unless he gets really lucky with his shot.
yeah, again, it's just the same pacing we've seen pretty much this entire half. You know, UCLA seems to be pretty comfortable playing slow, but look at this quick push from Udic. He just ran by 2 people. How did he not see that? He's okay.
Hello.
Why he still isn't gonna kill? Why? Why does this happen? What is this?
Hate to see that.
You really do. But then you kind of don't because it's a good laugh. So I don't know. It brought joy to us all.
Toy is left alone in the site, basically, and both him and Versace back by the tree are going to get knocked out. It's a quick win there from UCLA, and they bring it back to a very respectable scoreline on their T side at the end of the half. It's 9-6. With Baruch still having a lead by 3 rounds coming off their CT side, they are still in a very, very strong position to close this out, especially with a pistol win going on the T side now.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. They get 5 out of the last 7 rounds to make themselves competitive in this game. Without that, I mean, this would basically be almost saying that it's over going in the second half. It wasn't for those 5 rounds. So, I mean, that was looking like we were on pace to see Baruch get like an 11-4 half at the very least. And why not even getting double digits? Still a good half, though, nonetheless. 9 from your CT side. You feel pretty good with that.
So we're just waiting for the team switch, guys. You can see on the screen. It's going to be coming up right about now. And we'll be jumping back over into the second half to see if UCLA can still maintain. It's turning into a bit of a marathon as well. So for those of you guys that are actually probably watching us from other time zones, it's currently nearly 1 a.m. local time. So these guys are really grinding the midnight oil here to try and win this series and push on to the grand finals.
Yeah, 4 a.m. on the East Coast right now. So if East Coast people are watching this, you're deady.
Good morning to Europe.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 a.m. there now. Either way, the pistol round getting started. It's looking like Baruch's just going to go for a straight B. Oh, it works out really well, too, because Bruins gambled it. They went for a 4-stack on A. Now they're going to quickly try and rotate it back in. Scott is able to pick off one on his way into the site, but he's still, the rest of the team is just getting bulldozed. They try to push through that smoke at doorway here. Gosu and Crazy Pancake trying to work together to maintain it, but Crazy's had to push back, which leaves Gosu alone. Thankfully, they both peek back out with another find. Well, they've reversed this all of a sudden, and Versace is looking for the 1v2 clutch. He's got the one, needs the second, but he can't find it. Crazy Pancake will win the pistol with a 3K for himself, and UCLA stay in the fight as they're going to win the second half pistol.
That's crazy. It looked like that was going to be the round for Baruch. Like you said, it was UCLA, stacked the other side of the map. Looked like Baruch was going to exploit that really well. But then Crazy Pancake, the least experienced player on this team, pulls up a big play, and he keeps his team in the hunt. There will be no big buy coming out from Baruch. You know why. They did get that bomb plant, so they want to save the buy in the third round.
Overall, Baruch still stacked up. You know, some of the way they executed just on the last round on pistol. We're going to see them just dive down, take the free drop control since UCLA is okay giving it to them. And oh, now they're going to split it a little bit too. They've got the numbers, so why not go towards A as well? They've been given the sight connector too. Scott Sterling going into the corner, but it works out. He picks up a double kill from that position. And now only Toy remains as the rest of the T side just gets utterly destroyed on that A side as well. A few trades being found, don't get me wrong, a few trades being picked up against Gosu and Oni-chan. The Toy is left alone, 1v3. For a very, very difficult clutch, especially without armor there. The aim punch is really going to kill him in these situations. The flash inside, though, gets Skip looking the other way, but Gimp still wins the eventual fight. And UCLA now sit one away from the tie at 9-9.
Yeah, couldn't put too much out of that round. Baruch was saving up for this moment here thanks to the first round bomb play. They're going to get AKs across the board as well as head armor. Decent amount of utility as well going to get tossed around. So definitely going to be a really big buy. Bruins did get a few M4s because of it, but Gosu gets left clicked by a teammate. So he's starting with the handicap, and this is not the time for that. It is a one-round differential. Taking free damage like that's definitely not what you want to see. It's not the end of the world, but certainly sets you back.
Either way here. Looking at a very slow Baruch once again. Trying to line up their execute. Probably going to end up taking this. Well, actually, right now, it could go either way. The positions that they're maintaining. However, with that aggressive push against them, more than likely, they're going to have to take this over towards A. So they've also been smoked out from the platform push. They can't safely go out there anymore. They do have drop control with Toy inside of it, but it's very split up.
Yeah, at least because he's in drop, these B players have to worry about him coming either way drop. Like, Gimp has to worry about window, Ghost has to worry about door. He also has to worry about B platform. So being in a 4-on-4 like this and knowing that someone's in drop down room, it causes a lot of panic sometimes for CT teams. Like, you have a lot to manage now. And you also can't really rotate off of A because you have no idea what's going on at long or mid room. So it definitely favors Baruch right now.
Ghost has been sitting back, patiently waiting for the execute to finally work his way out towards him. Oh, he's going to get decked as soon as he takes a fight, though. Even worse. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Bruins just get completely destroyed on the B site, and that's it. Scott's going to go for a save. No, he's... What are you doing, Scott?
He's trying to save goals, man. He's out there. He's out there.
He fell
in the
back,
PK
he went
shootout.
through the smoke, he backed up again. There we go, Food, the half jump there, and then finishes him off once his feet are firmly planted on the ground. Baruch now in double digits, and they'll maintain their lead coming off that gun round.
Indeed, they will. A big round there, converting the 4-on-4 into a victory. A rapid one at that. Those headshots came so clean and so quick. Now Baruch does hit the double digits. They have a 2-round lead. They're up against a saved Bruins. A couple of players have armor, one Deagle, one UMP. But other than that, it's a light affair for UCLA. They are going to stack the B-bomb site with 4. Baruch, same default opener they had last round. 1 towards middle, or 2 towards middle rather. A couple towards drop, 1 B platform. About as standard of an opening as it gets for Cobblestone.
So we got Meister. He's going to have a fight for himself in a second here. Toy's actually first to strike here. Gimp, though, striking right back for the UCLA side of things. Meister needs to back up from this. He's locked into this position, and soon he's going to get double pushed. He goes down, and all of a sudden the advantage for Baruch is pretty much gone. Even worse, Fourshot doesn't expect the push from Gosu. So now it's down to just Food.
That is a huge misstep right now from Baruch. I mean, especially for four. I mean, I can understand the first player going down because he got double peak, fair enough, but Fourshot just running in there like that carelessly. Can Food clutch again? That'd be pretty crazy. This is a lot more difficult of one. Shouldn't expect him to.
Just a slow walk, and he's going to try to keep himself quiet as long as he possibly can. Doesn't spot a player at Coop. No one moving against him yet, though. He still has free movement all over the site because the CTs are going to remain firmly planted. Let's see. Oh, come on. Not like this.
You're right there. Just look.
If you went like 2 more
You're so
steps.
close. Just look at it.
He like peeked it for a millisecond, but he wasn't close enough to it
man.
to where he could have seen that person. I think that was the issue. He needed to go back a couple steps to be able to properly see him.
You
there.
check everything else, but then don't check like one of the.
And then he speed checks Coop.
Unreal.
So that gives the round back over to the Bruins, resets Baruch, and pretty much has put the Bruins back into this game now. As realistically, this round should go to UCLA, tying it up at 10-10.
You would expect that, wouldn't you? Ani Chan trying his best. Might get overwhelmed, but Scott Sterling in for 2.
And Oni Chan with a nice sprayed out Fourshot, though, putting him down just a P250, but he's now locked into a 1v3, relatively unwinnable, especially when you get caught changing out your guns. There's Gimp finishing things off, and we are tied now. Both teams 6 rounds away from victory.
This is crazy, man. First map was 16-14 for UCLA. Second map, not as close, but still a pretty close game that Baruch does wind up winning on Overpass. So each team won their map pick, and now we're on Cobblestone. It had to go all 3, and it's 10-10. This is definitely a tight race. UCLA, I think, doing better than most expected at Follow the Scene. Probably would have thought Baruch was going to clinch this 2-0, but their backs are against the wall right now.
The rest of UCLA already positioned here at the B site, though, ready to defend it. Versace opens it up with a clean entry kill against Gosu. Their positions on Sidewalk are strong. You can see Gimp getting the double kill. He doesn't react quickly enough, though, to Meister, so he's going to be able to trade it out. Oni Chan still in this fight, though. Keeping things even as he knocks out Meister. But the Molly is going to send him back into the corner, or forward, at least in this case, over towards the pizza box.
What a read by him as well right now.
Boy is lurking on the top, but he's going to get picked off by Scott, leaving Fourshot alone in this engagement, with only 35 seconds left as well.
Does have the bomb in his possession. He's got head armor, but no utility to really kind of flash his way in or go for a cross. He's got to win the fights. And he can't do it. The headshot from the AWP of Ani Chan, and now they take the lead. And this is, I think, the first time they've had it since they were up 1-0.
I think you're right about that.
So that is a great time to get back ahead, especially considering the money for Baruch right now. Just a CZ buy, P250 for Food, only 2 armored, no utility. So So a great chance for the Bruins to extend their lead just a bit before the bye comes back.
And they're just going to dive. At least with 4 out of the Molly, split them up. 4-shot goes in on his own because he just barely got out before the Molly ended up exploding there. The problem is the rest of his teammates, I think at least like 1 or 2 of them was supposed to follow him down there to get trades, but Molly instantly killed that. So this is a great opener for UCLA because it has destroyed the initial plan from Baruch, and now they've got to quickly try and rehash it once that Molly's gone and the CT's back out of the site. It's just not working. Toy with a side kill there on Gosu, but that is it. UCLA dominate besides that. 12-10 with a lead established, but that's just getting us through Baruch's ecos as they're going to be coming back into it now with a full buy.
Yeah, this is a round that's going to tell us a lot because if UCLA can confidently win this round, go up 13-10, all of a sudden money would be, I mean, it's max loss bonus for Baruch coming up next round, actually, so they would still be able to get a bye, but it wouldn't be as good as this one. They wouldn't have the AWP. They wouldn't have as much utility. So this is their best chance to get one kind of like comfortably. They have the most tools at their disposal they're ever going to have. Meanwhile, UCLA looking to see if they can't keep that dream rolling. Again, Baruch was a team who won it all last year. They were the favorites to make the finals again. And UCLA might just be putting a stop to it. That's a great opening pick from Ani-chan again. He's been so good with this AWP the last couple of rounds. He is one of the more experienced players on this team, has played at the main level before alongside Gimp.
Out of nowhere spot from Food as Gimp walks right into him. Gives Baruch another pickup. And Food looking to spot another player from the corner, but overpeaks a little bit, gets caught with a nade out as well. Thankfully, 4-shot and Versace both had picked up kills into the B site. And Oni-chan's the only one here, but he doesn't realize he's going to have someone lurking back over out towards him from windowsill, and that proved to not even be necessary as Unikmeister just took him out through the door anyway. Scott Sterling is the last one remaining, and he's got a surprise waiting for him on the jump up. Versace takes him down. This fight is looking to go the distance once again as Baruch claim an 11th. With 11K sitting on Gimp, we should still see another reinvestment from the Bruins here.
Imagine so. So Baruch looking to try to tie this thing up. A very decisive round one. That's exactly what they needed. Something that wasn't as expensive. Something that was clean. Well, we'll see. Ani-chan, he was the only player to get kills last round. It was 2 kills with the AWP. He's trying to go for something early here at middle, but he's been thwarted. And we'll just have to fade back. Go ahead and bolster up that B defense again, kind of keeping that 4-man positioning. Versace has spotted the player in window, chases him off. So they can maybe look to get some drop-down room control here soon. But they're also slowly working up middle. I think they have been spotted, though, by Scott Sterling.
Crazy Pancake still trying to watch out, make sure T's don't try and flood back out through windowsill, but in the process that has moved more CTs off of the site, leaving it vulnerable for Baruch to try and make a push inside. And there we go. There's the execute. There's Toy picking up his opening kill against Oni-chan. Gimp pretty much left alone here. He does have additional support available from Gosu, but that's away from all this. That's way on the back foot. And thankfully, it works out well. 3 quick kills come in for UCLA. Only 1 being traded out by Baruch, leaving just Food and 4-shot alive from the T side. Trying to make a push. An opening shot against the player by Rock is going to end up missing. So Gosu now finds Food back over inside of the drop room, and 4-shot won't survive for much longer either. Gosu finishes things off, gets a nice 3K on the round, and UCLA just sit 3 rounds away now from a spot in the grand finals tomorrow.
Indeed, that is a big win. Basically just resetting their opponent. Money is going to be a little bit lower because of that. You can see Unikmeister basically has no cash to spend next round. Versace is also pretty limited. Really, everyone is. This is a big round to think about because if you lose this, Bruins go up 14. If you've invested money into this round, like you forced or something like that, and then you lose, you only have, you know, the 2-round loss bonus coming in, then you basically can't even really challenge UCLA when they go for a series point. So you have to be very careful about how you spend your money in this round, if at all. You might just want a full save here and just say, okay, we'll give you 14, then we have to run for it. Or at the very least, you like just make sure you don't really go too much further past $2,000. And yeah, they do make sure that most of their players sit at like the mid 2K range or higher. So that's definitely the right call.
Oh, Gosu, that should be a well-placed nade too. It's going to do quite a bit of damage, and Gosu's just going to be able to rack up the frags. Besides that, Meister took down the player that was at Broken. Besides that, it's still a very clean hold so far from UCLA. More so holding their players on the backside, though, but giving Toy an M4 might have proved to be a mistake. Thankfully, they trade him up before he gets too much damage in the fight, and 4-shot now restricted so heavily. That's not going to be long before he's dead either. Scott Sterling with another pickup. UCLA, one away from map point now, and series point as well, at 14-11, but this is going to be what Baruch saved for. The full buy coming in from them. It's their last chance to stop UCLA.
Yeah, this is like the last chance saloon, basically, for Baruch. They have the AWP in the hands of 4-shot. They have armor across all their players. A little bit of utility on the 4 head-armored players. Meister having to work with the Galil, so a little bit less than you'd hope for, but we'll see what they can do. Again, they need this one. Otherwise, UCLA might just go ahead and complete the upset and knock Baruch out before they even get to the finals, or they won it last year.
Comes the push from Meister. Now he's going to move himself in. Had a great angle, just couldn't make a headshot happen on the Galil, so Oni-chan adjusts quickly, takes him back out of the fight. He was alone, too. The rest of the team is still up on top platform right now. They do not have room to work their way back out. CTs are going to start to smoke the site, though, to give them a little bit more room to work with, along with flashbangs. Boone makes progress on Sidewalk. It's a second kill, and then Toy with a third. Now brings the numbers down to a dangerous point. It's just the 2 A players left, so Baruch will be going for their plant. Crazy Pancake now starts to commit. Out from the door, not being given much though. And I think they're gonna make a judgment call here to fall back. I don't know where exactly the UCLA money's at. If we could take a look at that for a second, that'd be great. It's not fantastic, to say the least. So, rolling out here is gonna give them a good opportunity to at least force in one more time. Try to win it there before having to go onto an eco. Let the scoreline draw that much closer.
It's going to be UCLA Bruins just saving these 2 guns. Again, they won a couple of rounds in a row, but some of those rounds were a little bit close, having to do some rebuying, so their money isn't the best. Saving these 2 guns means the world to them. It means that Gosu can get a full buy, and they can still basically have everyone on rifles this round. The only difference would be like Crazy Pancake might be a little bit limited here. Might have to go for the UMP, yeah. So, but all in all, still not a bad buy. And again, this game is still definitely up for grabs the way things are going right now.
It is going to be another slow walkout from Baruch towards the platform on B. In the meantime, the Bruins still have a strong defense set up here, but with 2 on A, it'll be a little bit more difficult to hold the setup, especially while they are still setting up on boost here to put Gimp on the top of it. Self-smoke himself a little bit there as well to give him a little bit more room to play off of as Baruch inch forward on platform to eventually get ready for the execute. Out, they're going to start to move now, however. Versace immediately eliminated Gusu. Gimp gave up the boosted position, and UCLA, for the most part, are just completely run over by Baruch. It should be a save immediately from Crazy Pancake and Scott, especially now that Toy's got the free kill. Actually, 4-shot gets, 4-shot gets the free kill against Crazy Pancake. Scott has no choice but to fall back here, or at least try to hold to get a few exit kills. That's the choice he makes, just barely gets the first one. He's gonna start pushing it, I think, to try and pick up the AK, but for something smart, just lurks right around him, finishes it off, and that is gonna put Baruch 1 away from tying this up now. And even worse, the Bruins, their money is gone.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about how, you know, those last couple of rounds they won were very close, a lot of rebuying. Even that round, they kind of were strained to get something going, but they knew that they had to buy as best they could because they did have a couple of guns. They did have one player with 5K, so you kind of have to go ahead and go for that. Especially when you know Baruch is starting to get within, like, on your heels. It's getting very dangerous now. Your cushion's being eradicated. There's no more breathing room. You're being suffocated now. And it's just 1 round left for Baruch, and it's very likely they should get it, given that UCLA probably really needs to save to make sure they get the best buy possible to kind of, you know, be in that sprint against Baruch for that 15th round, to try to win that foot race have your best foot forward for it. If you buy too much here, you're not going to be able to do that. Shave off the top, sure, but leave yourself enough money to get a full buy next round.
So let's see here, UCLA. Let's see what kind of fight you still have in you. Sadly, we're probably not going to see a whole lot come out from this round. The next round will be the true battle. Especially if UCLA are able to get a little bit of damage on the Baruch at least. To be able to keep their money low.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Again, same standard opening. Both teams have really been favoring this whole like 2-3 opening. Not a whole lot of fast-paced executes on either side from either of these teams, really. They've both been cautious, and I don't know if it's the pressure of everything that's caused them to be a little bit more just patient and, you know, not wanting to force the issue anywhere, wanting to try to, you know, instead of seeking opportunities actively, kind of wait to see if something will fall in your lap. We do see Toy trying to put the pressure on drop-down room right now. Definitely cleared it out and knows no one's just below him. But he knows that if he tries to fall, maybe someone's going to peek him as soon as they hear him land. Gotta be careful, and that does indeed happen, but he wins that fight. Oh, wow. Nice. Food, 2 up mid-slope. Another is getting, oh my goodness, Food, what a play! Lining up those headshots, that was nasty.
So quick as well to quickly pick that back up, and that would prove to be a nice pickup from Food there.
What a time to do it, too.
I know.
You really need it now.
Just starts painting guys left and right. Very well done from him to be able to pick that up. And now we are tied at 14-14. No damage really being done by UCLA on the previous round, so Baruch's economy should still be in a relatively strong position as far as UCLA is concerned. Now, this is it. They're all in here. And if they drop without enough trades, their force buy on the final round might prove to not be enough to force OT.
Yeah, it would be a dumpster fire buy, if we're honest. I mean, there's just no money there. Wouldn't even be max loss bonus either, so it's under 3K for most players if they lose this round for UCLA. Meanwhile, the cushion's there for the T side if they lose this round. They have plenty of cash to spend in round 30. But, of course, they would still love to be the ones getting 15 when they get there. Obviously don't want to have to play for OT. Toy again gets dropped down, and this time no one's there for him to fight to get the opening pick, but still gets the space, and that adds an extra route to your execute. Makes it less pressure on the B platform players to perform. Ooh, it's going to be a fake. I like this.
So the eventual execute is going to lead itself to be over towards A. Baruch trying their best to guarantee a 15th round. Getting the plant down there, not giving the CTs any options to retake with. The CTs as well, not really reacting to this as well as they should have because their A player goes down. They see the reality of the execute, and it's just so tactical, so surgical from Baruch that they do not have any time to react to it. Gosu and Gimp are already giving up. They're backing away from this. That's the end of the round. Baruch are going up to map point at 15-14. It's also series point to push them into the grand finals tomorrow.
Indeed, and it's kind of two different storylines that's going to happen here. Either, you know, UCLA will upset Baruch, and Baruch, the team that won last year's finals, and the team that was a favorite to make the finals when we saw the bracket, and we saw how, you know, the season played out, and we saw what their lineup looked like on paper. You know, it could be, you know, despite all the struggles, they still make it. They still do what's expected. But at that point, it's like, UCLA, you're so close, man. Like, when you think about some of those rounds on Overpass, you think about this map right here.
Look at this. Hide and seek.
They do get those guns over. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like UCLA might just get so close to the finish line and fall right before the tape with Baruch taking care of business, or it might be UCLA still able to figure out this upset somehow despite the fact that they are up against the wall right now. They do still get a FAMAS and a UMP out. This isn't too shabby of a buy.
I think he dropped that M4 there too. Yeah, UCLA still have the potential to take it. I think Baruch might have underestimated the amount of gunpowder they have. Regardless, it's going well for them right now. As long as they don't lose too many players. A 3-2 trade now, 4-2. It's already brought down to Scott just like that. Baruch end up with a barnstorming execute into the B bomb site, and it's pretty much worked for them. Scott now has to try and go for a 1v3, and he sadly only has got an ump and a molly to his name.
You know what? I feel like they got stuck in swamp too long trying to buy guns, and there it is. He can't get there in nearly enough time. Food gets the headshots. Fitting he does it. He had that big play up mid-slope a few rounds ago to get that rolling. and Baruch do take care of business. They get it done despite the fact that it was definitely a lot more labor than probably would have been expected.
Yeah, definitely having to work for it, to say the least, after dropping the first map and nearly dropping the second, too. And, of course, even in the third one, it goes the distance to round 30, but they do take it at the end of the day. They'll be able to control the series at 2-1. Sadly for UCLA, the road does end here, but they'll still be able to take home the nice third and fourth place. Surprising, however, Baruch is moving into the grand finals, and that sets us up for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as they'll be taking on RMU.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Baruch tomorrow, if they come in like that, a little bit too sloppy, a little bit too stale, RMU is a team that also has really well-experienced players, and they have that team play that UCLA has, if not even better. So it's going to be even harder. So that's definitely something to think about for tomorrow for that grand final.
Yeah, definitely. And it's definitely going to be a good one, folks. So make sure to tune in for that, as the action is going to continue tomorrow, not only for CSGO, but all of the other games here as well, including Dota 2 will have those finals going on tomorrow, as in addition, of course, to the CSGO finals, which are going to be coming up a little bit later in the day. It's been a lot of fun for today, however, it does look like we do have Smix waiting down on the stage with Udic Meister for an interview.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations. $10,000 is yours. And as the defending champions, you're going to be in the grand finals once again. But that being said, this was definitely not an easy series for you guys. So walk us through what you're thinking right now.
First of all, we shouldn't have dropped Inferno. We lost a lot of clutches there. We lost a lot of eco rounds. And should have never got so close. I think it kind of put us on tilt. But afterwards, we were able to collect ourselves and get it together.
Well, like you said, it came down to that third map on Cobble, and there was a point where you guys were down 14-11. So in a situation like that, when just a few rounds dictate whether the game is yours or not, what was the team's mentality there?
Just calm down, honestly. Like, everyone was just so tilted. Like, we lose so many eco rounds, and the most important thing was just stay calm and just to do what we do best, which is get kills.
Well, now you're in the grand finals, and you're going to be going up against RMU. When I spoke to AWOL earlier today, he said that he feels it's a 50-50 match, that he feels that they do have a strong chance going up against you guys. So how do you feel?
Well, I mean, now that we actually woke up, I don't think they have a chance against us.
I love that confidence. Well, we'll see how that match goes tomorrow. Congratulations again, and best of luck in the grand finals tomorrow. And that will wrap up everything here on the main stage for day one of the CSL grand finals. We'll be back tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. PT, so make sure to join us then. And until then, from everyone here in Huntington Beach, have a wonderful night.